Guerrero. I mean, you had all these great people
Right.
who stood in the middle of that arena.
Right.
That you're absorbing all that freaking knowledge and history. Like, we just went to all these places today.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was like for me at the arena.
Oh.
Because I had watched the ECW tapes.
Okay.
I was a huge Eddie Guerrero fan.
Right,
Huge Chris Benoit fan. I'm still a huge Chris Benoit fan. I don't care. But, like, their talent was undeniable. They got in that ring and they did what they did and they left everything in there. And you could tell, you know, it was just, ECW was one, way before its time. Two, was just magical and mesmerizing. And I knew stepping into that arena, like, Ian had built it up for me so much because of where he came from. And then when I first stepped in there, it was like, you ever watch a movie when somebody goes into like a baseball stadium or something, and they hear the crowd cheering, and they imagine the moments built right there? That's exactly what it was like for me. Like, it was like a kid's dream come true. I was standing in a ring where they, you know, they didn't normalize hardcore wrestling. That's not what I'm trying to say. Where they popularized that for the United States, where people finally started seeing hardcore wrestling.
Right.
As,
that was the mecca for you. The
yes,
mecca.
that was it.
Because I remember you went in there, or you got there early, and you went in there and they were putting the ring, and then you sparred with Joe Gacy.
Yes.
And I was amazed that you went in there just out of nowhere and said, "Want to spar?"
Yeah.
And then
he was standing there.
And you're like, and then you guys started wrestling around.
It was
just
so
started.
fun.
Yeah, and I'm like, "You do that all the time?" She goes, "Yeah." I'm like,
I do.
Yeah.
I like to get a feel for the ring. I like to get a feel for the area.
See, I didn't know these
And
things. I
then
don't know
when you spar with somebody new, you always learn something new. You
Right,
always
right.
learn a different way to get out of a maneuver or a hold or something. It's always great.
Years later, I said, "Do you remember when he won titles in CZW?" I said, "Do you remember a long time, like over 10 years ago, Mickey Knuckles came in there?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "And you guys just wrestled around the ring for like 10 minutes or so?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, and he said he learned from you. I said, "Did you do any?" No, he did. He was. I don't even know if he had that match at the time. He was like a trainee. He was putting the ring
You know
together.
what? He might have been.